Hey guys, so today we are going to be looking at a double touch. So a double touch comes from when you try to run a sweeper, which is now, and let's have a look. Let's go back a little bit. Well, firstly, when you try to run a sweeper, middle, you want this link sweeping around. So you drag this middle over the one side, pass the ball. This is not how I do it, but this is definitely a way to do it. You pass this, pass the ball to this player to get this middle up. That way, when you sweep around, you're sweeping around this player, making the touch here. Okay, but the way you can defend that is a double touch. So you have one middle up. Excuse me. You have a middle up, which is this middle here. Now, when they throw the ball, this middle will identify that this player starts sweeping, and then he shuffles over and makes the touch on the other middle. So let's have a look. You can see that they start sweeping. So he's pushing his other middle back here because he knows that while this guy's sweeping and while this guy's coming to dummy half, there's no threat on the side, on his short side with these two players. Okay, but because there's no threat, he can push himself over to the other side of the field. And when they sweep, instead of now sweeping into a player who's up here making the touch, he's back here, almost onside. So now it's extremely difficult when you want to sweep. Look at the gap between yourself and your player here defending you. If he was up here like you want, you can step him this way, you can step him this way, you can do whatever you want because he's retreating. He needs to get back on side, but now he's onside and they can play man on. So even though he tries to skip around him, there's the touch there. All right, so that's a double touch. It basically, if you can identify that a sweep is coming, make that double touch, they'll sweep into a 3-on-3. Let's have another look at example of a double touch. So that's a double touch by the defending team, and the defending team has basically won that touch. Let's have a look at another double touch. This one's from a previous reaction video. So you can see there, this is the middle we're talking about. If we go back a little bit, okay, so he's getting this middle focused on him. He'll pass the ball to the other middle and make the touch on this player here. But the middle in front of the player with the ball now is seeing this. He's seen this player coming into sweep. This guy's going to half. So there's no one except a winger on this side. So he can push across into this side of the field, knowing that that's where all the players are, and make that double touch. But because he's done that, he needs to communicate with this player to start getting back on side. Because if he holds his line there, there's no point in even doing the double touch because he's offside anyway. So this is where the Mets player needs to start getting back on side, but he holds too long and he's sort of up near the touch now. Because of the double touch, you can get yourself back there, like where the link is now. If he's back there, you play man on, and the guy hasn't even swept around fully yet. And as we play on, he just catches himself too tight there, but you can still, he almost makes the touch there. It's just a good dive, they get to score, but had he have been a little bit more urgent when the double touch was called by his other middle, that was a touch easy. So let's have a look now. This is a clip that we've looked at in the past. Let's have a look at when a double touch is made. What are your options in attack? So middle defender's up, middle defender pushes over, so you can see this is good from this player here. He's retreated out of the touch. He's not standing up here and having both players offside. So that's good. So when he sweeps around, he'll sweep straight into this player. But instead, now, the only way that we can attack the offside player is if he splits hard this way after the dump and the dummy half takes off. He now sweeps around. The dummy half's taken off, which means he's got to come in and shut down this gap. And now everyone just starts hitting holes. And the winger runs their J line. So as you can see here, runs, and it just becomes a 4-on-3. You just change up your attack into a 4-on-3 when they're trying to double touch. But it is very difficult to score. I know they scored there, but it actually can be very difficult to score because that's a pretty tight open side. So you'll normally find that the best point of action here is gunning it short side, and you'll probably get over from dummy half if you get a nice clean play of the ball. If they split hard enough to keep that link away from making that touch on you, that's where you'll find success. But they managed to throw the long ball here. The link was up a long way to try to get that channel, and it was a lucky tap back. I don't actually know who that's come off or whatever like that, but like, you can't really argue with the call. But yeah, that's double touch. So thanks for watching, guys, and we appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.